conference match featuring your Western Washington Vikings and the Western Oregon Wolves. Today is a special day as we induct the 2016 and 2022 National Championship winning teams into the Western Washington University Athletics Hall of Fame. At halftime, we will introduce members from the teams that are in attendance today, and earlier this morning, both teams were officially inducted into the Hall of Fame in Carver Gym. Now, fans, prior to the start of today's 90-minute match, we will introduce the starting 11 for both teams. First, for the visiting Wolves from Western Oregon, their starting 11 is announced by head coach Casey Bingham and assistant coaches Isabel Creighton, Hannah Risbler, and Emma Eddy. First for the Wolves is the captain, number 18, Lulu Sadler. At goalkeeper, number 0, Sophia Pierce. In the midfield, number 5, Brianna Kugley. At forward, number 7, Ciara Garcia. Midfielder, number 9, Lily Nowatsky. The defender, number 14, Cameron Wismat. At defender, number 17, Jada Foster. At forward, number 23, Emma Higashi. The forward, number 24, Olivia Fothergill. At defender, number 26, Olivia Johnsbury. And the defender, number 30, Leah Hughley. Fans, those are your starting Western Oregon Wolves. And now let's meet the host Vikings of Western Washington, as announced by the head coach Travis Cannell and assistant coaches Jamie Arthurs, Johan Lahud-Zahner, and Alex Macbeth. First for the Vikings, a senior co-captain from Puyallup, number 14, Hallie Noel. At goalkeeper, a senior from Folsom, number 0, Abigail Trengo. The junior defender co-captain from Westland, Oregon, number 2, Asia Harding. In the midfield, a junior from Shoreline, number 4, Morgan Monalili. In the midfield, a senior from Seattle, number 6, Ashley Wynn. At forward, a sophomore from Portland, number 7, Jane Hamira. The sophomore midfielder from Sammamish, number 8, Mia Cairn. In the midfield, a junior from Pasco, number 10, Claire Potter. The midfielder, a senior from Colbert, number 16, Lydia Myers. A senior forward from Port Angeles, number 20, Kirsten McGuffey. And the defender from Woodinville, number 21, Olivia Connell. And your starting Vikings. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join us in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our indigenous neighbors, the Lummi Nation and Nooksack tribe, for their enduring care and protection of our shared lands and waterways. Now, fans, would you please rise if able and turn your attention to the flag to the right of the scoreboard for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to Harrington Field. Vikings soccer on the way for you as the Western Washington Vikings take on the Western Oregon Wolves. We have the coverage for you here on Vikings TV. A big top-of-the-table GNAC matchup. Western Washington 2-0-1 in GNAC play. 7 points in conference play, has them tied for top of the conference with Seattle Pacific University. Western Oregon, who are 2-1 in GNAC play, 6 points to their name, just 1 point behind the Vikings, tied for third in the conference. A lot of postseason implications to this early GNAC slate matchup. I'm Adam Race, your voice of Vikings soccer. Thank you very much for joining us today. Certainly going to be an exciting matchup between two high-caliber teams. Western Washington coming off a 1-0 victory over the St. Martin Saints on Thursday. Western Oregon on Thursday were north of the border up in Burnaby, where they fell 2-1 to Simon Fraser University, as they're looking to bounce back from their first GNAC loss of the season. A Western Oregon team who were off to their best start in program history in GNAC play. First time that they'd ever gone undefeated through their first 3 conference games. Starting off 2-0. Wins against Northwest Nazarene, as well as against St. Martin's. Both these teams beating St. Martin's 1-0 so far this season. Western Washington in their black jerseys with the 2 stars on the back, celebrating the 2 national championships this program has brought home to Bellingham. And in attendance are members of the 2016 and 2022 national championship sides, honored earlier today and also will be honored at halftime. You can see the overflow seating underneath the scoreboard here at Harrington. An unfamiliar sight, but certainly a welcome one. Western Washington looking to continue against Western Oregon after their last meeting was an elimination game in the GNAC tournament in 2023 that the Vikings won 2-1. Western Oregon out for some revenge. Vikings will be attacking from left to right on your screen as soon as we kick off here. Western Oregon will be going from right to left. Some changes to the starting lineup for Western Washington from Thursday. Jane Hamira getting the start after she delivered the game winner in the second half against St. Martin's, her second goal as a Viking. Her first goal as a Viking coming against these Wolves in the GNAC tournament last year. And also Kirsten McGuffey getting the start, the transfer senior who was just all over the pitch on Thursday, creating chances at will, controlling the ball in the box very, very often. A well-deserved start for Kirsten McGuffey, as the loud and proud Western Washington fan base sitting on the opposite side of the field for once, cheering this team on as we start things off. Claire Potter kicks off to Morgan Monalili, and 90 minutes of Viking soccer are underway. Number of changes in this starting 11 for Casey Bingham's Western Oregon Wolves. 3 in total. Brianna Kubli, Lily Nowatsky, and Emma Higashi all starting today. They did not start on Thursday in that 2-1 loss. A game that the Wolves trailed in, came back to tie it, but ended up falling 2-1 after conceding a penalty with 15 minutes remaining in that match against a Red Leafs team coming off a GNAC tournament victory and continuing to be a force in the GNAC, sitting at 2-1 as well on the season alongside the Wolves. Western Oregon has had success against the Vikings in recent years. It was only a 1-0 scoreline between the two teams last time they met at Harrington back in 2023. That was a game where Western Oregon actually outshot the Vikings by about a count of 5. It was 13-9, the shot chart. Not something you see very often at Harrington Field, is the Vikings putting up less shots than their opponents. But the Wolves actually did it twice in 2023, once in Monmouth and once here at Harrington. The Wolves coming out victorious 1-0 down in Oregon. So splitting the regular season series, but of course the Vikings with the last laugh in postseason play. As Wynn charges ahead, tries to take the ball off of Nowatsky and commits the foul. Western Oregon, a team 4th in the GNAC preseason poll following a 4th place finish last season. But it is a team that lost a good number of their all-GNAC selections from that 2023 season. Lost 4 all-GNAC selections, in fact, including their leading scorer, Chloe Smith. On the ball now is Cameron Wimsott. Lays it off for Fothergill, who lifts one into the box, and Abigail Trengove comes out to claim. Trengove, one of the members of that 2022 National Championship side, still on the Vikings. One of a number alongside co-captain Allie Noel, Claire Potter, Morgan Montalili, Keisha Muscat, and Ashley Wynn, just to name a couple. Vikings dominated possession on Thursday, but it took them a while to get their shooting boots on. After a game last week against Seattle Pacific where they put up 30 shots, they were held to under 10 in the first half against a St. Martin's team that came in as an underdog. As Montalelli is dispossessed. Ball goes out of play for another Vikings throw-in. The Vikings certainly winning the territory battle on Thursday against the Saints. Much of that game played in the St. Martin's defensive third of the field. This one is played through to Kirsten McGuffey, who can't take it down on a second touch, but it's won back by McGuffey. Her through ball is blocked. Olivia Connell, the defender, stepping all the way up here to make an interception near the attacking third, but can only direct it out for a Western Oregon throw. It was a 2-1 score line in the GNAC tournament when these two teams last faced off. Notable from that game, of course, Jane Hamira, her first Vikings goal in that game. Claire Potter also scoring. That was the last time she found the back of the net. And Mia Cairns, who was a freshman at the time and starts the game today for Travis Connell, 2 assists in that match off a really successful freshman season in which she was one of the Vikings' lead offensive contributors, has shifted to more of a holding midfielder CDM role in 2024, has been less involved in the attack, but has been as solid as you can ask, controlling the middle of the pitch, something Western Washington does as good as anyone. This one's laid off for Cairns. She lifts it ahead to Montalili. Might have space to run into this one. Gray shirts swarming to her, and they do cut out the attack. A good tackle put in to take Montalili off the ball. Those are the situations which she's most dangerous, running in behind those lines. It was a Morgan Montalili goal that beat the Wolves last time these two teams faced at Harrington, as that ball in the middle is cleared out. No nonsense from Jada Foster. McGuffey to take the throw in. Gets it to Montalili. Back to McGuffey and straight out of bounds. Defensive work by Olivia Johnsrud. Johnsrud, the junior out of Sammamish. This time thrown in towards Lydia Myers. Only Vikings with multiple goals this season. It does find Wynn in the middle, who lays it off. Kirsten McGuffey has a shot blocked, and Cairns takes a stab at it. That went off the referee. So a shot block given to head referee Jonathan Simmons, who calls for an unusual drop ball within 25 yards of the goal. See what Cairns wants to do with this one. She shifts it right over the top, just beyond the head of Lydia Myers. Western Oregon, a team that hasn't controlled games in 2024 and actually got off to a rough start this season. Didn't pick up a win through their first 5 games of the season, their non-conference schedule. They only scored 2 goals over those first 5 non-conference games, but they found their scoring boots at the right time, as since then, they've had 6 over their 3 GNAC games, including putting up 4 against Northwest Nazarene in a 4-2 win. Been led by the second leading goal scorer in the GNAC, and Sierra Garcia, who does get the start today, the sophomore transfer from UC Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs, who were a national championship contender last season, came in this year ranked number 6 in the nation in the preseason poll. A team that actually played Western Oregon in the season opener. And Garcia scored against her old team in a 1-1 draw. Vikings, of course, beating Colorado Springs here at Harrington 2-0. Noel puts this into a good spot, and claiming it is Sophia Pierce, the redshirt junior transfer from the University of Montana. Pierce, who's had a tough start to 2024 after a really effective 2023 campaign where she held opponents to just 0.7 goals per game and had an 81% save percentage. She has had trouble this year. Save percentage is 8th among starting goalkeepers in the GNAC at 73%. As the Wolves are conceding just over a goal per game on about 10 shots per game. So opponents converting at a high rate against them, but Western Oregon doing the same. Scoring about a goal per game, a little bit more, on one of the lower shot totals in the GNAC. So they're putting away the chances that they do get, but they're giving up quality opportunities on the other end. This one is lifted perfectly through for Myers, but just a step behind it. That was a really good idea from Claire Potter, almost executed to perfection. But Pierce does win the race to that one. Big attendance here on a beautiful Saturday for soccer, 60 degrees and sunny in Bellingham. Vikings looking to put on a show for them. Through ball by Montelili's intercepted. They'll play it ahead to Olivia Johnsrud, marked by Potter. Johnsrud races past her. Outside of the boot pass, well worked by Sierra Garcia, but Ali Noel is able to cut that one out. Mira, the goal scorer from Thursday, pass it up to Wynn. Mira in that wing-back role has shared time with Emily Rice. Rice got the start on Thursday. Hamira rewarded for her goal-scoring heroics with a start today. So much depth on this team for Travis Cannell to work with. So many different ways the Vikings can have experience and consistent play. The one thing they need to find is a star goal scorer to come out. Olivia Myers with 2 on the season, but nobody else with more than 1. Morgan Montelili, Jane Hamira, Sophie Beardencroft, other players on the score sheet in 2024 for the Vikings. Western Washington still yet to win a game in which their opponents have scored. All their wins have been shutout wins. It is the mantra and mindset of this team, and has been for years. Defensive-minded possession team that gives up very few chances per match and allows even fewer into the back of the net. Just 0.7 goals against per game for the Vikings this season, one of the best marks in the GNAC. Wolves forging ahead here through Olivia Fothergill. Fothergill whips one to the far post, and Claire Potter just got enough of it, sends it off the attacker. Olivia Johnsrud, perfectly done by Claire Potter. I was talking about this on Thursday, how the shift in Claire Potter's usage within this formation by Travis Cannell has been really interesting to watch. An out-and-out striker her first 2 seasons in Bellingham. Had a really successful goal-scoring campaign as a freshman. Those goals kind of dried up last year, only 2 to her name in 2023. She's been shifted further back in this Vikings formation to more of a box-to-box midfielder role, and she's really embraced it and has done well. That one just trickled over the touchline before being passed away by Sierra Garcia, so it will be a Vikings throw-in. Out-and-out striker duties have fallen to Lydia Myers for much of this 2024 season, the D1 transfer and Colbert, Washington native, coming from Kansas State University, formerly Texas A&M Commerce. Good cutback by Wynn. Puts it to the top of the 6, waiting there as Montelili chests it down. Doesn't have any space to shoot, though, and it's kicked away by Jada Foster. Back into the mix. Cairns pops it up in the air. Attempted flick on header by Lydia Myers, doesn't come out. The Wolves looking to spring a counterattack, but the pass was too heavy. Throw in right in the mix of fans over on that far side, something I personally have never seen here at Harrington Field, the overflow seating on the other side of the pitch. Montelili, a little bit of magic, and earns a corner kick. Vikings women's soccer national champions of 2016 and 2022. 2 of 13 national championship teams being inducted into the Vikings Hall of Fame this season. The first two. Hallie Noel plays this one short to Morgan Monalili. Routine ends up at the feet of Wynn. Back to Hallie Noel, spaced across this one in. Does so right on the line, and it's headed in! And I believe that was Kirsten McGuffey. What a hot start for Western Washington. And that's Kirsten McGuffey's first goal in blue and white. Well, the Vikings hadn't had too many chances in the match. They had been controlling play, but a perfectly worked corner kick routine. They get the ball right where they want it to a scrum of black shirts. McGuffey rises up and sends it into the side netting. 1-0 Vikings. Hallie Noel picks up the assist, and a well-deserved one. Couldn't have put that in a better place on a platter for McGuffey. Monalili outside of the boot pass to Lydia Myers. They want to keep the pressure on the Wolves right now. Step over and a run ahead by Wynn. Cuts it back around the defender, goes down, no whistle. And now a whistle does go, but it will be against Ashley Wynn for playing from the ground. Vikings, who had 30 shots, 1 goal against Seattle Pacific, and 20 shots, 1 goal against St. Martin's, have scored on their second shot of this match. That's exactly the turnaround Western Washington is going to want to see if they're going to compete at the West Region level. They need to be converting at a higher rate than they have been. You know the defensive prowess is there and will continue to deliver, but got to put it in the back of the net. And they have here. Morgan Monalili picks that one off. Plays it ahead towards McGuffey. She wants a brace, and a good reaction by Sophia Pierce. Springing onto that one. Brave goalkeeping to deny the one-on-one situation. McGuffey, though, tracking back to disrupt the pass. Still does end up with Western Oregon through Emma Higashi. Still with Higashi. And once again, it goes off the referee. Looks a bit frustrated with himself. Kirsten McGuffey, who has been a pure goal scorer at the College of St. Rose, which competed for national championships in previous seasons. A player who has played in national championship games and has scored in the biggest of stages, returning to her home state for her senior season. She earned this start with her good play on Thursday and certainly earned that first goal. Olivia Connell boots it ahead. Lydia Myers running onto it. And it comes out for Ashley Wynn. Wynn has McGuffey on the right, Monalili on the left. Ops to McGuffey. Working around 2 gray shirts. Can't find space, though. Taken away from her. She shielded off the ball. Perfectly played by Cameron Wimsott. And it will be a goal kick for the Wolves. Now, Western Oregon have not been unfamiliar to playing from behind in 2024. They lead the GNAC in game-tying goals. 4 times they've scored while trailing to tie things back up. So a position that they have proven their ability to work out of as Claire Potter picks this one off, looks up and gets it to Lydia Myers. Myers' deflected cross will be collected by Pierce. But the defensive troubles continuing for Western Oregon, a team that is conceding just over a goal every 10 shots. Now conceded a goal in the first 2 shots of this match. Pierce, who really proved to be one of the better goalkeepers in the GNAC in 2023, just trying to find her footing in this campaign. Last time the Vikings ran into a quality goalkeeper on a bit of a scuffle was Mercedes Cullen last week against SPU, who was an all-GNAC selection in 2023. Slow start to this season, but she put up a program record, 12 saves in that 1-1 draw. McGuffey to Wynn. Wynn lobs it ahead. It's a little short for Myers to get to. Collected by Lulu Sadler. Myers wins it back, though. McGuffey's in the middle and calling for it. They get it to Morgan Montalili. A slide sends it out as far as Potter. Potter back to Wynn. Black shirts into the middle. Wynn, deflected ball in, is cleared. Cairns puts it back in the danger area. McGuffey back to goal. Flicks it towards net. Not sure how purposeful that was, but it ended up as an easy collection for Sophia Pierce. Second time this week that Western Oregon has conceded early. They did so against Simon Fraser and were able to tie it up. They're looking to do so on an attack right here. They get it to Garcia. Passing triangle's broken up by an offside flag. A similar sight to that GNAC semifinal where the Vikings scored about 10 minutes into the match via a Claire Potter goal. Vikings would take a 2-0 lead in that match. Wolves made it 2-1 all in the first half, but Western Washington held on and advanced to another GNAC tournament final. Vikings have played in every GNAC tournament final that's ever been played. Ashley Wynn. Fancy footwork. Trying to find a window of opportunity. Lays it off now to Hamira. Back to Wynn. 1-2 with Cairns. This is lovely play from the Vikings. Hamira now just mishit that cross a little bit, but it ends up with Claire Potter. Cairns goes down. Stays with it, though. And Hamira breaks free of a scrum. Lays it off to McGuffey. McGuffey, heavy first touch. Western Oregon able to apply pressure, get 4 defenders to McGuffey. Wolves still looking for their first shot of this match, and will come on this attack as that one is easily intercepted by Morgan Montalili. They've gone through Wynn a whole lot this game. They get it back to her, and now ahead to Myers on the front line. Allie Noel on the ball. Her assist in this match, her first goal contribution of the season. Had a couple of assists at Harrington last season, both of them to Sophie Beardencroft. And both of them ending up being game winners. McGuffey gets just enough of it to skip it ahead, but Morgan Montalili is going to have to play catch-up here against Leah Hughley, who gets it around her, but can only send it out for a Viking throw. Potter's pass is deflected away by the co-captain Lulu Sadler. Allie Noel. You see again the lone defender at the back of this formation is Asia Harden. Everyone up, involved in the attack in one way or another, as Myers tried to lay it off for the on-rushing Jane Hamira, but backline reacted quick enough. We're going to see our first changes of this match. It'll be a trio of subs for Western Oregon. Emma Smith coming into the match alongside Haley King and Savannah Taylor. King and Taylor both started on Thursday, and now they re-enter the pitch about halfway through this first half. 20 minutes gone. 1-2 finds Noel. Now to Hamira at the midfield stripe. Another good passage of play on that left side. Vikings can't move it into the middle of the pitch effectively, though. Now McGuffey on the right side is the goal scorer today, but you got to give props to how Ashley Wynn has created down the left flank so far in this one. It's been giving those Wolves right side defenders headaches. Really good interchanges with Jane Hamira. Taylor, first offensive involvement of the match. Shepherded out of bounds by Kirsten McGuffey. Wolves throw. Tucked in as far as Olivia Connell. A shot as she was falling down from Savannah Taylor. Ended up being more of a cross as Myers spinning that one ahead for Monalili. Slows it up and lets the attackers get back to her. Now does look for the direct through ball. Dealt with by Leah Hughley. Good tackle by Jane Hamira. Vikings now have 5 unique goal scorers on the season. As I've said, Myers continues to be the only Western Washington player with more than 1 on the season. Hamira, Beardencroft, Monalili, Myers, and now McGuffey. Asia Harden steps in and makes a inch-perfect tackle. The co-captain showing why she is a first-team All-GNAC selection, as well as a GNAC Player of the Week recently. Last week's Defensive Player of the Week for the GNAC. And the Offensive Player of the Week in Garcia on the ball here doing battle with Harden. Garcia, player to watch offensively for Western Oregon. She's got 3 goals over her last 2 games. She had a brace versus Northwest Nazarene. Sits second in the goal-scoring charts in the GNAC right now at 4. Player who put up a handful of goals last season for Colorado Springs. One of the best teams in the nation. Coming to Monmouth and making an immediate impact. Western Oregon going to take this set piece as an opportunity to perhaps get their first shot of the match as they're going to lift it all the way into the box. Trying to have caught in 2 minds, but Connell got to it. That was good delivery in between the back line and the goalkeeper, but hard to beat Olivia Connell in the air. And a good tackle by Claire Potter once again. Out of play, Vikings throw and Vikings substitutions on the way. Lydia Myers will come off, as well as Claire Potter. Sophie Beardencroft and Emily Rice check in. Beardencroft scored a week ago today against Seattle Pacific. Monalili goes down. One of the most fouled players in the GNAC. Not unfamiliar with being put in the turf by defenders. But she'll take it as long as the Vikings get a set piece out of it. Connell is going to be able to boot this all the way towards the 6-yard box if she can. Hit that one a little bit low and it's cleared out. Fothergill trying to find Garcia. Noel moving over and shielding it out for another throw-in. Western Washington, another change, Western Washington. Micah Carr will come in to a loud round of applause. Another member of that 2022 National Championship team. What a shift she put in on Thursday against St. Martin's. Came in and just started creating chance after chance after chance. It was her shot off the post, which fell to Jane Hamira for the game's only goal. She was just a cannonball in the box and on the wing. Saints could not contain her, and it ended up with a Vikings breakthrough score. Carr was also credited by Travis Cannell as being the main reason, or one of the main reasons, the Vikings were able to break through against Seattle Pacific. She has been a super sub for the Vikings in 2024 as a senior. Another throw in and another change. It will be for Western Oregon. The co-captain, Allie Beavers, will come in. Beavers, redshirt sophomore out of Puyallup, Washington, a University of Wyoming transfer. One of a couple Division I transfers on this Western Oregon squad. We're really building something down in Monmouth, a team that historically over the program hadn't had too much success, but both on the men's and women's side in soccer are really coming into their own. The men's side only existing now for a few years and are already a nationally ranked squad. The women off to their best start in program history in GNAC play in 2024. Something certainly brewing down in Oregon. Credit to the Wolves coaching staff. Headed away by Cairns. Miscontrolled by Monolili. A long shot will not trouble Abigail Trengove. Shot came from the boot of Haley King. It will be the first of the match for Western Oregon. Western Oregon, their first GNAC game, played St. Martin's to a 1-0 victory in a game where they outshot the Saints 20-1. Complete domination. And they continue dominating offensively in their next game when they put up Nazarene. What ended up being a thriller 4-2 game. Just under 17 minutes remaining in this first half. The difference continues to be the Kirsten McGuffey header. Controlled by Monolili. 1-2. Get it to Beardencroft and ahead to Carr. McGuffey's in the middle. Hamira at the top of the box. Carr does get the cross in, headed away. That'll be a corner kick. Clearance was made by Jada Foster. I also would like to say that Ashley Wynn was credited with a well-deserved assist on that first goal as well. She was just everywhere in the first half of this first 45. It will be Noel with the corner kick, the in-swinger from the far side. Right at the goal line where they like to put it. Trouble for Pierce. McGuffey took a swing at it, but couldn't make contact. Really shows the confidence in the aerial threats of Travis Cannell's side that the corner kicks for the Vikings tend to always go straight towards that goal line, challenging the keepers to make a play on it. A tall task with some of the Vikings who get up to make those headers. We've already seen it pay off today off a Kirsten McGuffey header. Savannah Taylor looks for the ball in. And right there, going in too strong was Emily Rice on the co-captain, Lulu Sadler. It will be a free kick for Western Oregon. This one definitely close enough to do something with. Sadler, the only returning all-GNAC player from 2023, got an honorable mention after playing all but 14 minutes for the Wolves as they qualified for the GNAC tournament. 3 Wolves possibly could be taking this free kick. It's a 3-player wall for Western Washington, being built right now by Abby Trengove. 2 runners, and now it is sent towards Trengove's net. She collects it on a catch. Wasn't hit with a lot of venom. I'm not sure it'll go down as a shot. It will go down as a shot, but not the most difficult save for Trengove. It could have ended up as a shot or a cross attempt as there were runners going in towards the 6. First save of the match for Trengove, senior out of Folsom, California.
Substitutions for both teams. Entering for Western Oregon, number 1, Lauren Rose. And into the game for Western Washington.
Lauren Rose comes in for Western Oregon, and for Western Washington, Emily Holdridge, the freshman, who started on Thursday, will re-enter the match. She will go to the top of the Vikings formation alongside Carr and Beardencroft. Just a cannonball of a player up front. A pest for back. Always forcing the pass to be perfect, or else she'll take it away. Has been getting immediately, showing the trust that he has in her. I believe that one was a whistle for a little shove in the back. 13 minutes remaining now. Sent in quickly. Olivia Connell wasn't caught off guard. She does head it down towards a Wolf, though. Shot is blocked at the top of the box, still with Western Oregon, and that one never had a chance of troubling Trengove. Lauren Rose, her first touch of the match, is far wide right. Vikings, the second team to start play today on a Saturday afternoon in the GNAC. First game was Montana State Billings, Northwest Nazarene. The high-scoring Yellow Jackets pulling a 3-0 win over the Nighthawks in Billings. They continue to put the ball in the back of the net with impressive consistency. Vikings will see the Yellow Jackets on their upcoming road trip. Their first extended road trip of the GNAC slate after starting with 3 of their first 4 games at home. St. Martin's and Simon Fraser will be doing battle at 4 o'clock, and Central Washington, Seattle Pacific at 4:30. Simon Fraser and Seattle Pacific, both teams highly favored in those matches. Played ahead towards Monolily in the corner. One-on-one defended by Leah Hughley. Monolily does well to get past her into the box. Tried to find Carr at the top of the box, and telegraphed pass was cut out. Well done again by Asia Harden to lay it off to Hallie Noel. Noel's ball into the middle is going to go out for a corner kick after a deflection. You talk about the way that Asia Harden contributes to this team. She just does every little thing you could ask of her, week in and week out. Doesn't make mistakes, whether it's defending one-on-one or just playing that little pass to start a move on the offensive side. I think it's sometimes easy to overlook the huge contributions she has to this squad. Hallie Noel once again about to hit an in-swinging corner kick on the far end. 10 minutes on the clock. Right into the scrum over everybody again, and Monolily was only able to get a little piece of it. Hallie Noel's been overhitting those a little bit on the last couple attempts. 3 changes for Western Oregon. Peyton Martinson, Elena Slater coming in, and it will be another 2022 national championship in Keisha Musket, who made her return from injury on Thursday. She will see the pitch now with 10 minutes to go in the first half, so good to see her back out and contributing for the Vikings. Such a good member of that 2022 national championship squad that was so solid defensively. Put up a frankly ridiculous amount of shutouts and just dominant performances. That combined with the goal-scoring heroics of players like Morgan Monolily, Claire Potter, Estera Levinte. Definitely one of the best teams put together in Vikings history. Well deserving of that national championship. Vikings, of course, disappointed in 2023, coming off that national title to miss the NCAA tournament for the first time in a decade, and they've come out with a fire in 2024, have proven that they're ready to return to that tournament. Already knocking off a top 10 ranked opponent in UC Colorado Springs, playing Metro State University Denver to a draw, a team that is now receiving votes and being ranked in the nation. And with a win today, they can give themselves a chance to go top of the GNAC for another week. If Seattle Pacific fails to win against Central Washington, they would be alone atop the GNAC. Of course, that is if they can hold on here. Western Oregon, a team that's played spoiler plenty of times already this season. Avi Succi also entering the pitch. Succi, the junior out of San Clemente, California, provides yet another tall frame in there for set pieces, as well as a bit of expertise in dead ball situations. They'll throw it ahead to Beardencroft. Lets the ball go by her, turns and tries to keep it in bounds and commits a foul in doing so. Vikings going to go on the road, take on Central Washington in Ellensburg, Northwest Nazarene in Nampa. Before returning home against Montana State Billings in a couple weeks. A couple games that when you look at GNAC results right now seem winnable for the Vikings. But it is a brutal end to the season. A lot of away games and a lot of tough matchups to end the GNAC slate in 2024 for the Vikings. So these early season games, so crucial. Give yourself a lead, give yourself a cushion, because a lot can go wrong towards the end of this tumultuous season. Another change for Western Oregon. Aubrey Paunui, freshman defender out of Hawaii, getting her first look of the match. Uneventful match when you look at the shot chart, but Vikings have certainly been in and around goal-scoring areas pretty often. They've only put up 4 shots, forced 1 save out of Pearson, of course, put 1 in the back of the net. Only 1 save out of Trengove on 4 shots for Western Oregon. Free kick is lifted to the top of the box. Skipped by everybody, and Connell is the first to it. Her clearance is deflected by Lauren Rose. Vikings throw-in. Sierra Garcia, the Wolves' leading goal scorer for the season, no longer on the pitch right now. Vikings did an excellent job of keeping her quiet. As I said, a player coming in here red hot with 3 goals in her last 2 matches. But that just is what Western Washington does here at Harrington. They turn stars into non-factors. Cairns, a heavy kick on that one, deflected to Emily Rice, but pickpocketed by Allie Beavers. A long shot. And maybe a little bit too anxious to put something on net there from the co-captain Beavers. Way over. Beardencroft tries to loose Monalili down the right side. She's brought down, and that's a foul. Paunui, the freshman, seeing firsthand why Morgan Monalili is one of the most dynamic attackers in this conference. And this will be a good spot for the Vikings to put one in. Already 1 goal off a set piece in this match. It's going to be Emily Rice and Morgan Monalili. Connell and Harden, the only 2 Vikings not up in the box for this one. Two-player wall by Pierce. Left foot of Emily Rice sends it in. Pierce rises up, got a hand to it. Still in a dangerous spot. Holdridge has it now. Pierce did just enough. Looked like she wanted to go up to claim it, but could only get a swat at it. Still out of reach of the Viking runners. Wolves looking to counterattack. 3 gray shirts across midfield. Pass gets beyond Savannah Taylor, and Connell gets there first. Strong boot from Trengove. This might go box to box. And Beardencroft's applying the pressure. She's going to get there. Beardencroft goes down, and that'll be a free kick. And credit to Abigail Trengove. She just put her laces through that one, immediately put it into a dangerous situation. Wolves had to foul. Trengove, who's already come close to picking up an assist here at Harrington Field in 2024. And this is close enough for Morgan Montalili to think to go direct. She hit the crossbar on Thursday against St. Martin's, one of a handful of times in her Vikings career she's hit the crossbar off of direct free kicks. Rice also the option with the left foot. Can expect to see Montalili here. It is her, and this time she puts it over the top. A little bit more distance on that free kick than the one on Thursday, and it showed as Montalili didn't get the connection she wanted. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first 45. Vikings still holding on to this 1-0 lead off the McGuffey opener. Beardencroft, backwards touch gets it to Montalili. And now with Rice streaking down the sideline. She's got Carr ahead of her, takes it herself though. Now lays it off for Carr, pass was behind her. Keisha Musket charging in and forcing a panicked ball ahead that goes out for a Western Washington throw-in. In front of that group of former student athletes, fans and parents celebrating the national championship squads. Panui, her free kick is sent straight back to the feet of Montalili. Play has slowed down here as the half has progressed. See if the Vikings have one more attack left in them in this period of play, as Pierce is going to get out from her box and hit that one on the turf to Panui. Now Western Oregon trying to make one last gasp attack of the half. Suchi denies that with a good slide. Keisha Musket battling for it with Beavers. She wins that battle. Seconds left. Vikings looking to play out of the back. Perhaps happy to go into the break with the lead. Only one shot lead, 6-5 for Western Washington. That doesn't display the level of control they've had. As we're under 10 seconds, it looks like this one is going to tick away. Maybe one last long-distance effort. It's played ahead, and it will not end up with an attack. Western Washington are 1-0 up after first 45, a first goal in blue and white. Gives the Vikings the lead through 45. We'll be right back. Kirsten McGuffey, the goal scorer. See if the Vikings can hold on or try to extend their lead through the second 45 minutes as they look to remain undefeated in GNAC play. We'll be right back with the coverage in about 15 minutes. I'm Adam Race, and I'll see you soon.
Fans, at this time, we'd now like to welcome to the field members of the 2016-2022 NCAA Division II National Championship winning teams. These teams reached the pinnacle of their level, winning the national title. Earlier today, in a ceremony in Carver Gymnasium, the teams were inducted into the Western Athletics Hall of Fame, kicking off the year of the Vikings. All 13 national championship teams will forever have their spot in the spotlight. In 2016, the Vikings captured the program's first national title while making their third appearance in the Final Four. The Vikings capped the miraculous season, defeating three-time defending national champion Grand Valley State 3-2 in Kansas City, Missouri.
Emily Webster, Bellingham native, had the winning goal in that game. Caitlin Javonik had 2 for a Grace National Championship game. In 2022, WWU added a second star with a 2-1 victory over Westchester in Seattle in front of a rowdy Western crowd of over 1,000 fans at Interbay Stadium. Each season created memories that will last a lifetime and have put Western Washington University soccer amongst the elite in the nation. Today we recognize the student athletes, coaches, and staff that are part of those teams and induct them into the WWU Athletics Hall of Fame. Congratulations and everything that has been earned, and for giving future Vikings the goal of adding that 3rd national title. Will members of both teams please be in the center circle for a photo opportunity? There's a number of team members that are currently playing in this game that are part of the 2022 team that'll join for another photo post-game. Congratulations, Vikings, on this amazing achievement. You guys are now Hall of Famers. Team members of those national championship winning teams. First, from 2016, coaching staff, Travis Cannell. Assistant coaches, Jamie Arthur, Claire Morgan. Volunteer coach, Joanna Hoopland. Athletic trainer, Lonnie Lyon. Goalkeeper number 1, Ashley Homer. Number 2, Elise Aylworth. Jen Oath, Owen Carson, Lindsay Fujiwara, Aaron Russell, Anna DeMore, Sierra Shugarts, Gabriella Pelosi, Colleen Lindsay, Caitlin Javonik, Emily Nelson, Annalise Laurel, Sophia Callis, Emily Webster, Malia Mack, Liv Larson, Taylor Hallquist, Mariah Rogal, Avery Barbera, Jordan Bartleson, Kate Chick, Becca Cates, Emily Bennell, Hillary O'Connell, Callie Van Elst. From the 2022 team, head coach Travis Cannell, assistant coaches Claire Morgan and Jamie Arthurs, and athletic trainer Thomas Silverberger. Goalkeeper Abigail Tringa. Defender Asia Harden. Forward Gracie Sturdivant. Midfielder Morgan Monalili. Defender Elisa Harmer. Ashley Wynn. Forward Diana Diaz. Defender Jaden Wynn. Midfielder Peyton Neal. Forward Claire Potter. Forward Ellie Busick. Zola Carbone, Allison Len, Hallie Noel, Katie Watt, Karina Provo, Sophie Bearden-Croft, Quinn Cassie, Tara Zemer, Kaylin Geiser, Kaylee Etherington, Keisha Musket, Esther Levinte, Chloe Unflat, Grace Wales, Claire Henniger, Emily Rice, Abby Suchi, Minji Rauch, and Micah Carr. Those are your Western Washington University soccer players that have won national titles, and they are now Hall of Famers. Congratulations to all those student athletes, coaches, and staff. What a memorable day this morning it was in Carver Gym. Thanks for being part of the sideline party, and we look forward to more pictures post-game.
Welcome back to Harrington Field, Vikings TV here with the coverage of week 2 of GNAC play for women's soccer. Western Washington Vikings and the Western Oregon Wolves through the first 45. Western Washington holding the 1-0 advantage off a 12th minute Kirsten McGuffey header goal off a corner kick routine. Kirsten McGuffey's first goal as a Western Washington Viking, as the transfer senior, giving the Vikings the advantage. When you look at the stats for that first half, shots were just 6-5 in favor of Western Washington, but dominated possession and dominated zones of possession. Played a lot of that match in Western Oregon's half, where it's getting a lot of success off the wings. Really good play from Ashley Wynn, Micah Carr, Morgan Monalili. Players streaking down those wings, causing troubles for this Western Oregon back line. A Western Oregon team that went into halftime trailing against Simon Fraser earlier this week on Thursday, and were able to even that one up at 1 apiece before falling to a late penalty kick to lose 2-1, their first GNAC loss of the season. But Western Oregon, a team in a really good spot right now as a program, their best start in program history to a GNAC season at 2-0, now at 2-1, trying to avoid falling to 2-2, but still, regardless of the result, after this one, will still be in a top 4 spot. Top 4 teams advance, of course, to the GNAC tournament. Played this season in Seattle. Western Washington, with a win, would put themselves alone atop the GNAC conference, although that will be dependent, of course, on the result of the Seattle Pacific Central Washington game to be played later this afternoon. Seattle Pacific currently with the tiebreaker over Western Washington. If they can beat the Wildcats at home, they will go back to the number 1 spot on tiebreakers. The Vikings are in a good spot right now to remain undefeated in GNAC play in 2024. It's a team that has done very well with the lead. A team that has won every single one of their games this season in shutout fashion. All 3 of their wins have been shutout victories, last coming on Thursday in a 1-0 win against St. Martin's University. Trying to do the same here today. Abigail Trengove, the senior goalkeeper, who has had just a superb first season as the Vikings' number 1 option. And of course, a defense featuring players like Asia Harden, Olivia Connell, and now Keisha Musket back from injury, getting some minutes. A lot of depth defensively, and in the midfield, Vikings looking to control another 45, but Western Oregon looking to retaliate. I'm Adam Race, your voice of Vikings soccer. Thank you for tuning in to Vikings TV. 45 more minutes of action this weekend left to play. Western Oregon, they will be kicking off in the gray jerseys, going from left to right on your screen. Western Washington in the black, attacking from right to left. Different combination of players on the pitch for Travis Cannell's Vikings than we saw at the end of the first half. Lydia Myers re-entering the fray. Ashley Wynn, who had an assist on that first goal, also back in. She had a really effective start to this match on the wing as she's dribbled by on this occasion. Ball's put beyond everybody, still at the top of the box, and a hard shot is far above the crossbar. Good move straight off the center circle kick from Western Oregon. Does not end up with a shot on target. Only shot on target of the match was a long shot for Allie Beavers for Western Oregon that was easily saved by Abigail Trengove. Shots for the Vikings in that first half, 6 of them. 2 by Kirsten McGuffey, of course, one of those being a goal. Morgan Monalili with a couple of shots, neither of them finding the target. Ashley Wynn with 1 shot on goal and an assist. Emily Rice also putting a shot on goal. Claire Potter turns in the middle of the pitch and sends it back to Asia Harden. Myers, Emily Holdridge, and Wynn, the strikers atop the Viking formation right now. Jane Hamira and Hallie Noel, the fullbacks, assisting down the wing right now, and Kirsten McGuffey as well. Kirsten McGuffey, who has played a lot of her career as a more out-and-out striker, is at more of a right wing position at the moment, drifting towards the midfield at times. Some disagreement on the call as well as the location of the call, but it is going to end up as a Western Oregon free kick right down by the touch line near the halfway stripe. Standing over it is Jada Foster. Plays it short. Now from the middle of the pitch, it's sent in, headed straight down by Mia Cairns. Beavers can only pop it up for Wynn to get to. Wynn to Potter. Potter amongst the players being honored at halftime today as a 2022 national champion. One of a number of players on this current Vikings squad who won the second title in program history a couple seasons back. So good to see alumni, ex-players, ex-stars on the field being honored today. Asia Harden, an easy leave on that one. Only attacker applying pressure was Olivia Fothergill, and she wasn't able to get there in time. Shots are even at 6-6 right now after the shot the first 30 seconds of this half. I'll mention again that Western Oregon outshot the Vikings in both of their matchups in 2023, which is very unusual. At least both of their regular season matchups. Vikings had the slight edge in postseason play in the GNAC tournament semifinals. The Vikings staying undefeated in GNAC tournament semifinals, 10-0. Before falling, upset loss to Simon Fraser University. Red Leafs picking up their first GNAC tournament title and a bid in the NCAA tournament. Play it ahead here to Savannah Taylor. Taylor looking for a way beyond Kirsten McGuffey. Her pass is collected by Asia Harden, but given right back to Taylor. Cross spinning away from the box. Wynn trying to deal with it alongside Jane Hamira, and now Keisha Musket, who steps in with the decisive tackle. Lydia Myers looking to break it beyond midfield. Vikings want their first attack of the second 45. Myers looks infield towards Kirsten McGuffey, who takes a heavy first touch. And a foul for a boot up towards the chest against Western Oregon. Cairns arguing that they wanted advantage played in that situation. Head referee Jonathan Simmons does call play back, though. Musket and Harden, only defenders back. Two-person back line right now. Vikings who shift just about all their numbers up into the attack when in possession here at Harrington. That's a bad giveaway by Keisha Musket, but she is able to recover. Western Oregon pressing a little higher up the pitch, a little more urgency as they look to find what would be their fifth game-tying goal of 2024. They lead the GNAC in that category. No team more experienced, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, with digging their way out of deficits. And it's a team that's also found very timely goals in 2024. As I said, they only had 2 goals through their first 5 non-conference matchups, but once the GNAC slate started, they found their goal-scoring boots with 5 over 3 games, make that 6 over 3 games, including 4 against Northwest Nazarene and 1 in a win against St. Martin's as Trengove watches that one go by for a goal kick. Western Oregon, you could think going into this season that they would have some trouble adjusting to the loss of 4, make that 5 all GNAC selections from 2023. Only 1 returning all GNAC selection is Lulu Sadler, the co-captain. But they've made the adjustment well so far, getting off to a 2-0 start. The first time in their program's history. Kirsten McGuffey controls it, sends it towards the touchline. Strong play by McGuffey. She's really showed off her physical prowess here in 2024. A tough player to get off the ball. McGuffey was just a cannonball of energy on Thursday against St. Martin's. Had all sorts of chances and was unlucky to not put one in the back of the net. Really good to see her get that first Vikings goal here today. Harden calmly plays it right through the press. Triangle between Cairns, Noel, and Harden, who ends up lumping it long. Wolves have had the lion's share of the possession the first 7 or so minutes of this second half. Cairns a takeaway in a good spot. Holdridge, the lone striker up ahead. Cairns tries to find her. Mia Cairns, the sophomore, who had 2 assists last time these two teams faced off in the postseason. Holdridge, takeaway in a dangerous area. In the middle is Wynn to make it 2. What a save by Pierce. Kick save and a beauty. A second shot is blocked away. Sophia Pierce played that absolutely perfect as Wynn had only the goalkeeper to beat on a ball into the middle by Holdridge. Pierce has had a tough start to 2024, but that is just a show of her class in net. And Wynn denied what would have been a first goal of 2024 and a 2-goal involvement game, as she had an assist on the opener. Myers goes down and gets the whistle. That's the biggest moment we've seen in this match since the McGuffey goal. Wynn looked to have the Wolves dead to rights right there. See if the Vikings can forge a similarly good opportunity. They try to here off of the long free kick. They play it short to Wynn. Body fake towards the end line. Corner kick. Pierce, who had an 81% save percentage in 2023 and only conceded 0.7 goals per game. Some of the best marks in the GNAC as Wynn looked to have faked tying her shoe, quickly got up and presented herself for the short corner option. And that one went over. Excuse me, it's going to be a foul at the side of the box, I believe, for a short free kick. Noel and Wynn, the 2 players standing over just a 1-player wall. It is Sierra Garcia, the Wolves' leading scorer. Noel right to the top of the box. Another good save by Pierce. This time it's held off the header from Lydia Myers. Vikings have been winning a lot of aerial duels in the attacking box today, as we've seen all season. Myers, good direction on that one, just not enough power to beat Pierce. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Started all Western Oregon, but the Vikings with a couple of good chances in the last minute or so. Taylor uses the pace to keep that one in bounds. One-on-one with Claire Potter, who puts a boot in for a block, and Trengove is unable to get there in time to keep it from going out for a corner kick. It ends up being sent out by Hallie Noel. It will be an in-swinging corner kick. The first of the match for Western Oregon. Corner kicks were 3-0 in that first half. Top of the 6-yard box, flicked on. Cleared out by McGuffey. Holdridge has the pace to cause some trouble here, but cuts it back. Passes too weak and taken away. They get it up to Garcia. Garcia can't control it. Vikings throw in. First changes of the second half incoming. And it looks like it's going to be Olivia Connell getting set to come back on. Connell will replace Keisha Muscat. Returning from injury, still on limited time. The the sophomore, Olivia Connell, coming back onto the pitch. Connell had a really good freshman season, despite a couple of mistakes. To have an own goal in that first season, but Played really solid at the back as part of a Vikings back line that was one of the best in the conference. It was the bright spot of what was overall a 2023 campaign that was pretty frustrating, especially when it came to goal scoring. It looks like it's going to be a free kick here for Western Oregon. Excuse me, a long throw attempt. Up in the air by Cairns. Holdridge pops it up once again. Battles for it and wins it. Myers ahead of her, tries to feed her, gets fouled. And that is a foul in the build-up and a well-deserved yellow card. And that'll go against Kylie Jones. First card of the match, brandished by Jonathan Simmons. Hallie Noel once again on dead ball duties. Hoofs this one to a good spot, headed towards net. Pierce, sprawling save, and a second as well. McGuffey is denied a brace. Sophia Pierce is playing hero right now for Western Oregon. A double save to keep it at 1-0. Still with Western Washington. Nutmeg pass by Hamira. McGuffey to the top of the 6. Another punch from Pierce. Sophia Pierce, who conceded a goal on just the second shot of this match, has now made 5 saves in a row. And a couple of really impressive ones at that. And with the delivery that the Vikings have been putting on set pieces today, Pierce has had to be on her game. She was punished for not controlling the ball into the middle on the first goal, but since then hasn't made the same mistake, coming out with a number of punches and claims, controlling her area. As Olivia Connell is set to boot this one towards the box. It'll fall short. Karen's trying to flick it on. Potter went down. Some complaint right there from Western Oregon. And to be fair, it looks like Potter may have played that up a little bit, but it'll go down as a free kick nonetheless. And this is perhaps a little bit too far for the Vikings to think about going direct, but in a good area straight down the middle. It would have to be one heck of a strike to trouble Pierce with the form that she's been in this second half. It is a 4-player wall. Monalily would be the usual taker in these situations, but it's Wynn and Cairns with Monalily on the bench to start the second half. Now just Cairns. Look for the short delivery to Wynn on the right side. They do get it to her. Whips it towards the net and wide right. Changes for the Wolves. Checking in will be Olivia Johnsrud, who started this match. She will replace Savannah Taylor. Johnsrud and Taylor have seen some rotation between them in that left attacking midfielder winger position. Pierce pushing her players forward, telling them to get towards midfield. A line drive, which is tapped down by Wynn, played very well ahead by McGuffey. Now to Myers on her left foot. A whistle goes. It's offside on Lydia Myers. Shots were 6-5 in favor of the Vikings heading into the break. It's now 10-6. 4-1 advantage through the first 15 minutes of half number 2, including a couple the Vikings feel should have been put in the back of the net if it weren't for some quality goalkeeping from Sophia Pierce. Wolves trying to turn and burn and get something going of their own. They still need to find an answer. Lulu Sadler chasing after it alongside Hallie Noel. Noel lets it go out for a goal kick. More substitutions. It will be for both teams as Morgan Montalili will re-enter the pitch, replacing Lydia Myers for Western Oregon. Cameron Wimsett, she will come back on. Wimsett right now 2 assists, leads all Western Oregon players. Morgan Montalili goal and an assist on the season. Trengove boots it long. Flick on by Potter. The chest to McGuffey. Sliding in is Potter, and that'll be enough to win it. Lifted up for Holdridge. Heavy first touch, but she gets to it. She might get to it again. Wins in the middle. The pass was just behind her, though. Holdridge once again using the wheels to create danger down the right side. This one's all the way over the top, and that one was inviting for Wynn. And this time, Jada Foster got there with the header. A little bit of afters as well between Wynn and Foster. Pierce on a drop kick. Swing and a miss by Claire Potter, but Connell sends it out for a throw after her. Wolves only forced a single save out of Abigail Trengove. This is a Western Oregon team that on average has been splitting shot totals with opponents 10-10. And it's been pretty even as far as shots go in this game, but area of control has certainly been in favor of the hosts. Amira has it taken away from her on a slide, but out for a throw-in. More substitutions for both teams. It's going to be Ava Esslinger, freshman for freshman sub, as Emily Holdridge goes to the bench. And Emma Higashi, who started this match, will come back onto the field for Western Oregon. Higashi, one of 3 changes made by head coach Casey Bingham between the starting lineup today and on Thursday, looking for a different set of legs after a loss, a first GNAC loss of 2024 against Simon Fraser. Slide by Morgan Montalili's unsuccessful, still with the Wolves. Looking goalwards on an early cross. A shot is blocked in there by Asia Harden. Harden scuffled her first attempt at the clearance, but made up for it with the shot block and then got it away. Passes behind Montalili, but finds Samira. Last player back is Harden. Wynn is the option on the near side. They do get it to the left. Noel looking centrally over the top for Ava Esslinger. Her first touch of the match. That one is going to stay in bounds. It looks like both players gave up on it for a minute. And racing to make up for it was Jada Foster. Avoids the corner kick, but gives up the throw. Ashley Wynn. Chested down, Morgan Montalili. Back to her. Wynn. And out for a throw. It's going to be kept in bounds and sent forward. Good job to find Emma Higashi in a sea of black shirts. A free kick against Higashi. I do apologize. I believe I have accidentally called Ashley Wynn Jaden Wynn on a couple occasions in this match. Of course, Jaden Wynn, a member of that 2022 National Championship side. Perhaps getting me mixed up. 2 very quality players. Jaden, more of a defensive-minded midfielder, defender. Bit of a Swiss Army knife for the Vikings in previous years. Was able to find some goal-scoring heroics as a senior as well. Inspiring story. A player who fought through a lot of injuries to have a really great career in blue and white. Garcia, she's the player you got to watch for. Tries to lay it off. foul for a high kick that time is going to go against Emma Higashi. Morgan Monolili on the wrong end of it. Morgan Monolili, a player who just plays out there with a smile on her face. It must be difficult when she takes so many hits during a run of play. You just tell how much she enjoys being out there, though. Certainly a flair player, a fun one to watch. Calling for it now. Hallie Noel, though, looks up towards the middle of the pitch. Ahead beyond Hamira. Hamira wins it back, goes down, and Vikings wanted advantage right there. And I have to say, I agree. The Vikings had a 3-on-4 going the other way. It will be a yellow card given against Lulu Sadler, the GNAC honorable mention. Noel. Plays it short on the turf to Monolili. Monolili one-on-one situation where she thrives. Trying to make something happen herself. Cuts it inside, has a shot, curling far post, just wide. And they're going to say that took a deflection for a corner kick. Wasn't too far from curling in on that far side netting. No argument from Western Oregon, so would be good to assume that the call is correct from the head referee on the deflection. Vikings have been putting these corner kicks right on the head of Sophia Pierce all match, and it's been giving her some trouble. Monolili out-swinging corner kick with the right foot. Gonna play it short to Ashley Wynn. Wynn space to work here. Fakes the shot and lost it under her feet. Monolili recovers, though. Pierce got a little bit of a touch to it, and it's just enough to keep it away from Hallie Noel, who was flashing in on the far post. Now Harden goes 1-2 with our goalkeeper Trengove, who's still only been troubled the one time on an easy save. A long shot by Allie Beavers. Missed touch there by Lily Nowatsky. Vikings, a team that you got to say get a whole lot of throw-ins, and the way they play, just aggressive, high pressing. It's tough to keep the ball in play against them, especially in your own defensive half with so many players trigger pressing to the ball. Well read right there was the pass. Haley King stepping in, taking it away. Garcia can't control it. Another Vikings throw in. Esslinger forced off the ball. Taken away by Foster. Spins to the feet of Wynn. Headed down. Wynn goes 1-2 with Monolili. Looks up towards goal. Tried to feed it through for Esslinger, but was denied. That time Claire Potter cuts out the through ball attempted to the far end. Trying to find Olivia Johnsrud. Potter now trying to start something the other way. Gives it off to McGuffey, the goal scorer. Esslinger presenting inside as an option. McGuffey bringing it to the top of the box herself. Left-footed, half shot, half cross. Monolili, a second attempt under it and over the crossbar. 3 changes incoming for Western Oregon. It's going to be Allie Beavers, Lauren Rose, and Emma Smith checking in. Whole different look right now for Casey Bingham, who's trying to find the key to the Vikings midfield and defense, which has just been stifling yet again. Trying to get a second consecutive shutout here at Harrington Field. As that ball is sent onto the street into the parking lot. Souvenir over there on the far end of the Bill McDonald Parkway. O'Connell. Back to Trengove. Under 20 minutes remaining in this one, and Western Oregon just seems to have not figured it out just yet. Vikings have created more chances in the second half than they saw in the first. Already doubled up their shot totals. They've had a couple of the most dangerous looks of the match. Just haven't been able to get that insurance goal. Long shot. Will not end up anywhere close to the goal. Last time Vikings scored more than one goal here at home in 2024 was a 2-0 win against University of Colorado Springs, a 2-0 victory. Wynn's pass is deflected. That one skips through the gray shirts to Esslinger. Pass is too heavy for Monolilly to handle. Rose looking to switch play to the far side, but no Wolf was there to receive. The Wolves have yet another game-time goal left in them as Claire Potter splits the wickets of that pass right there through the legs of Allie Beavers. And now gets it back. Looks ahead towards Esslinger. Sophia Pierce was calling for that ball to be played back to her, but it was cleared out instead. Subs incoming. Abby Succi, who was brought in at a similar time in the first half, comes in to replace Claire Potter, who's put in another really quality shift and a more defensive role, more in the midfield. Doing a little bit of everything, controlling the ball in the middle of the pitch. Thrown forward to Monolilly, heads it back. McGuffey might have taken a spike to the leg there. Looks a little bit shaken up. Just gonna walk it off. This time a long throw over the head of the defender. Succi, her first touch of the second half, is sent into the box and cleared. Noel just got a little piece of that, and Rose is going to be in a foot race with the goalkeeper, Trengove, who, no nonsense, puts it out for a throw. Wolves are averaging 5 shots on goal per game in 2024. Western Washington has held them to just 1 so far in this game. And it was a convincing one either. Easily saved by Trengove. Wolves want a corner on that one. They're not going to get it. Goal kick, Western Washington. Substitution for Western Washington and Western Oregon as Emily Rice will come in to replace Ashley Wynn. Wynn, who has had just an outstanding game today. An assist and deserved a goal, was denied by an excellent Sophia Pierce save. Trengove mishit that one. Monolilly trying to save it. She's unable to. Thrown ahead and sent straight back out by Emily Rice. Wolves trying to regain some ground in this territorial battle. That cross isn't going to do it as Cairns gets to it easily. Rice, hounded by 4 Western Oregon players, goes down, no whistle. Camara this time flicks it up for Noel to clear. Vikings on the back foot right now, trying to clear their lines. Rose tries to split the lines ahead. A long shot attempt is blocked easily by Asia Harden. A slide by Morgan Monolilly. The Vikings a chance to counter right here. Esslinger is ahead with Kirsten McGuffey. McGuffey looks infield. Hamira's wide open. McGuffey couldn't get there with a quality pass. McGuffey maybe just hesitating a little bit too long on that, holding up for a couple more steps than she should have. and the Wolves able to track back. Just 2 shots so far in this second half for Western Oregon, neither of them on net. It's going to be another throw routine for Western Oregon. This time they go shorter. Whip it to the far post. It's over the head of all the defenders. A shove in the back and a penalty awarded. Cameron Wimsett went down, received contact from Kirsten McGuffey, scored the opener, and may have just given the Wolves their way back into this match. Haven't had a sniff of goal in the second half. Now a golden opportunity. And that is frustrating for Kirsten McGuffey. It wasn't strong contact in the back, but no argument from the senior. Definitely did give Wimsett a little help to the ground. It's going to be the captain, Allie Beavers. She has the only shot on goal in this match for Western Oregon. This will be the second. If she can put it on frame, can Trengo be the hero and keep this at 1-0? Beavers has a run-up. Just beyond the fist of Abigail Trengove, and it is 1-1. Allie Beavers, her first tally of 2024, comes from the penalty spot. First shot on goal of the second half is the game tire. 4th time this season Western Oregon has fought from behind to tie things up. They've done it again, and this time here at Harrington in front of a big crowd. Vikings, they certainly have had their chances in this second half. Can they find a couple more and find a winner? 14 minutes left. Rice ahead to Hamira. Hamira one-on-one with Rose. Just is able to keep it in bounds, but not convincingly. It's sent out for a throw-in. And immediately after the goal is scored, teams are going to want to make changes. It is going to be an aggressive couple of substitutions for Travis Cannell as Sophie Beardencroft, who was the late game hero last week, as well as Micah Carr, who struck the post on Thursday. That's a good couple of substitutions to try to get something going on the offensive side. Played to Monolily. Can't get beyond a couple defenders, and the ball in by Rice ends up right into the midst of Sophia Pierce. Well, this one does end 1-1. It would look that Pierce is the hero. She's made a couple of saves on shots that really had no business being stopped. Rice up with it. Chases after the seconds. Carr, fresh off the bench, goes 1-2 with the other sub. Beardencroft, lovely back heel, but it's just beyond Carr.
Into the game for Western Oregon, number 7, Ciara Garcia, as well as number 18, Lulu Sadler.
Lulu Sadler and Ciara Garcia coming in for Western Oregon. Garcia, Wolves leading goal scorer, and Sadler, their returning star, who's played close to every minute of last season and a lot of this season as well. Cairns wins it away towards Carr. Monolily ahead of her. Beardencroft's in the middle. Monolily up. Caesar tries to feed it through. Some contact in the back, and this time the whistle doesn't go. Beardencroft back to her feet, though. The strike is straight at Pierce. And a referee adjudicating that that was a shoulder-to-shoulder contact that did not deserve a penalty call. Crowd not happy. Beardencroft, to her credit, though, straight back up to try to make the most of the opportunity. "12 minutes left in this one now. Vikings have not won a game this year in which their opponents have scored, trying to break that streak here. Beardencroft, loose first touch. Trying to play it down the wing to the on-rushing Cameron Wimsett, but it's over her head. Wimsett, who won the penalty. And Beavers converted. It was a well taken penalty by Beavers as Trengove went the right way and was just inches from deflecting it wide. Suchi outside of the boot pass. Nobody there to receive it besides Foster. Harden straight up in the air. Garcia one-on-one with Cairns and now helped out by Rice, who takes it away. And this time it's Hallie Noel with the hoof ahead. And Holdridge on to chase. A swing and a miss from the Western Oregon defender, and Holdridge will get it here. And now deflected towards Beardencroft and saved by Foster. Suchi keeps it in bounds. Holdridge, been a thorn in the side of the Western Oregon defense today. Cairns switches near side. Emily Rice with him. Monolili's the option. 1-2 with Rice. Far post, waiting there was Holdridge, but just beyond her. Shoulder to shoulder with Cameron Wimsa, out for a Western Washington throw. Suchi to Holdridge. That one just staying in bounds and over the head of Pierce. Rice wasn't able to find the finish on the far post. That one barely staying from going over the end line. A dangerous delivery. Another change for Western Oregon. It will be Kylie Jones and Brianna Kubley. Kubley, who started this match, and Jones come in here to try to close this one out and get a result. A tall task at Harrington Field. If this result holds, Vikings open the door for Seattle Pacific to go alone atop the GNAC table if they are able to defeat Central Washington later today. Central Washington certainly a team that Seattle Pacific hope they can beat, a team sitting at the bottom of the GNAC table right now. Monolili deflects that ball ahead. A slide sends it forward, but Rice keeps it with the Vikings. Vikings are 42-8-2 all time against Western Oregon, dating back to 1997. They've only ever lost at home to the Wolves twice. That's a 22-2 record. If the result stands, it'll be the first time the Vikings have drawn a home game against Western Oregon. That's an inviting ball for Lulu Sadler to run onto, but Harden, once again, doesn't step a foot wrong. Gets in, sends it out for a corner. It's been an even head-to-head matchup. You look back at 2023 and 2022, Wolves actually grabbed a win over Western Washington, the last team to beat the Vikings before they made their run to that national title. And that was here at Harrington Field, a 1-0 against run-of-play result. Flick on header in the middle, a chance to make it 2 for Western Oregon, and it's going to be a blocked shot. Holdridge and Connell were in there to deny Kylie Jones, but it's going to be another corner kick. About 10 minutes ago, Western Oregon had out only 2 shots in the half and were chasing the game. And now they're trying to push to take the lead. It's played short. Headed towards net, and it's just wide right. Not far off right there. Trengove looked confident that it was going wide. She might have been the only person at Harrington Field who was confident of that fact. Lofting up in the breeze and headed out for a Vikings throw-in out by the supporters section at the far end of the pitch. Suchi flicks on the throw-in. Cairns outside of the boot. Wolves trying to control it in the air. Monolili ends up with it. Trying to make something happen with 3 gray shirts around her. She can't do it. Throw in Western Oregon. Straight up in the air off the throw in. Carr keeps it in bounds. Good pass to Sophie Beardencroft. Suchi calling for it. Goes beyond her to Connell. Vikings want to switch it to the other end of the field here with Holdridge. Immediately faced up on a trigger press and plays it back to Connell, who can't keep it in bounds. Western Oregon look the fresher of the two teams right now. Perhaps some heavy legs on the Western Washington side. They've ended up on the back foot right now. A little miscommunication there between Hardin and Trengrove. Trengrove wanted to claim it, but Hardin booted it away. And the result is that it's still with Western Oregon. Substitutions on the way for the visitors. Lily Nowatzki coming in alongside Olivia Johnsrud. 2 players who started this match will replace Kylie Jones and Olivia Fothergill. Western Oregon, another long shot, and once again, Trengove watched it go by. Only real quality chance Western Oregon has put together was from the penalty spot. Everything else has been from distance, and no trouble to the Viking netminder. 5 minutes left. Does either team have a winner left? Good contact on that one by Trengove. Popped up by Emily Rice, kept up in the air by Beardencroft. Monolili not giving a lot of space on that wing. Lifts it over the defender, but too far infield for Carr to get to. It does force Jada Foster to play it out for a throw. We've already seen late heroics in 2024 here at Harrington Field. A week ago, Western Washington scored with 37 seconds left to steal a draw against Seattle Pacific. And this would be of equal importance if they can pick up a winner, as that one ended up over the touchline, out for a Western Oregon throw-in. Travis Cannell praising his team for not having any quit in that match. Players like Micah Carr on the pitch right now were part of that impact. Stay pressing and stay looking for the breakthrough. Monolili, heavy touch just short of Suchi. Another Vikings throw-in, taken quickly back to Carr. Connell's the last defender back, now backed up by Hardin. Lumps it into the box, headed away. As far as Cairns, looks up towards net. It's a shot of her own and saved and held by Sophia Pierce. Not a bad try by Mia Cairns, who had the space to shoot. Had a couple of goals in her last season, but that time Pierce confident with the save and not allowing a rebound to fall to Carr or Beardencroft in the box. Rice, great first touch. The feet of Micah Carr. Beardencroft in the middle. Carr one-on-one with the defender, drives her towards the end line, into the middle, cleared out. Waiting for it was Holdridge. That one gets by everybody, and Noel's forced to chip it back in. Vikings controlling the last 5 minutes of this one. Unless something happens against the run of play, it looks like Western Washington are going to be the team knocking on the door to finish us out. Connell ahead, Foster chested off a bounce. Suchi trying to keep it in the Western Oregon side of the pitch. and it's unsuccessful for the time being. Holdridge, just the Energizer Bunny out there, causing problems for Western Oregon. A strong but fair challenge. They find it to Holdridge again. Good tackle. Haley King sends it out. Long throw, can't get beyond King. He was looking for Suchi as Pierce is up from her line into the edge of the box to claim it. Under 2 minutes remaining. Pierce looks in no hurry to get rid of this one. Wolves will certainly be happy to come out of Harrington Field with a result if they can hold on to this draw. A game that they have been chasing for a lot of it, although the shot chart reflects a much closer matchup. Look at the save chart, it's a different story. 7 for Pierce and just 1 for Trengove. Carr one-on-one, trying to win it off of Cameron Wimsatt, can't do it. One-on-one, and the passing is getting Western Oregon maybe one last look here as Harden does step in at the right time. Gets a throw in. Throw in straight down the line, another throw in for the Vikings. 1 minute announced on the PA. Micah Carr earns the Vikings yet another throw in, slowly creeping up the pitch. Noel, strong header ahead, but out of bounds. Under 30 seconds remaining. It looks like Western Oregon are going to let these seconds tick off as Beardencroft retrieves it and throws it back in to the Western Oregon player. Cairns, desperation kick ahead. 10 seconds remaining. Ball in the hand of Pierce, and this one's going to end 1-1. Put into the air. As the seconds tick away, it is a 1-1 draw between Western Washington and Western Oregon. An opener and a first Viking goal for Kirsten McGuffey granted the Vikings the lead in the first half, and they were leading until about 15 minutes remaining in the match when Cameron Winsott went to ground off a Kirsten McGuffey foul, sending Allie Beavers to the penalty spot. She converted just beyond the outreached hand of Abigail Trengove, and the Wolves are able to hold on. And a great performance from the goalkeeper, Sophie Pierce, making 8 saves, including some big denials of primo chances for Western Washington. So this one ends in a draw as the Vikings remain undefeated in GNAC play. They go to 2-0-2. Western Oregon bounced back from their first GNAC loss on Thursday. They're now at 2-1-1. Vikings, for the time being, are atop the GNAC conference, but if Seattle Pacific can pick up a win later today against Seattle Pacific, they will go alone atop the conference table. Vikings are about to go on a road trip this next coming week. They will be on the road against Northwest Nazarene as well as Central Washington. As far as events here at Harrington Field go, the Western men's team will be returning to play a match against Northwest Nazarene on Thursday. Be sure to come out and support the Vikings in their homecoming game then. But for this one, Vikings won, Wolves won. I've been Adam Race. For me, our Vikings TV crew, our producer, John Altenhoff, and thank you so much for tuning in. Good afternoon, and as always, Sko Vikes.